Hey, I'm Ted.
And I'm Casey. And we're the co-founders of QALO Ring.
And we're wearing expensive,
uncomfortable
suits.
So today, this is the Aipa project. I'm lucky enough to be here with Casey, co-founder of QALO Rings. I'm very excited to be with him to talk stories. You know, I've met Casey. He actually tweeted me a while ago about, hey man, I got this ring. I want to send it to you. And I was like, all right, cool. We'll check it out. And he sent me this ring, and I basically saw the ring. I was like, this is pretty genius. You know, I recently got married in May, and my wife always gives me a hard time about wearing a wedding ring whenever I work out, go to the beach, and all that stuff. So I put this ring on, and I was just like, all right, these guys have something that I want to share. I want to kind of tell more people about. So first off, Casey, thanks for taking the time.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man.
So first off, what does QALO mean? I mean, it's a different word, and you know, you don't really hear that word ever. So what is QALO? You know, what does that mean?
It's funny because saying you never heard it ever was kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Was like we originally wanted to come up with something that people had never really heard before. So it was something that stuck in people's minds. So QALO, QALO is actually an acronym, and so it stands for Quality, Athletics, Love, and Outdoors.
Oh, nice.
And so what we wanted is kind of in our name to have it represent like what our brand represents as a whole, and that's just living a lifestyle that, you know, fulfills all of those things in each one of those categories. And so we wanted just like something that's really stuck with people when they heard our name and something that they remembered. And it's kind of tricky because at first people have no idea how to pronounce it. I've heard QALO. I mean, like, I have family members that still pronounce it wrong. But, you know, it's okay because once people actually do know what it is, you know, it just kind of further feels like they're a part of something, and you know kind of how to pronounce it, even though it's small, but it's just, you know, it's something a little bit further, so it's cool.
Right. And then I know that one of your guys' biggest thing is commitment is contagious.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that all about as well, you know?
Yeah, that I have to attribute to my partner, Ted. He came up with that, and he said it to me, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I loved it. And I think it's just something that you find just in everything that you do, that when you see people that are driven and you see people that are going after something, whether it be even in relationships or working out,
right,
whatever it is that when you see people that are truly committed to something and truly passionate about something, that ends up being contagious. And people end up thriving on that. And it's really important for us as a company that we establish this community of people that share in that. And so commitment is contagious. We just wanted as kind of a tagline to just show like what we're all about.
Oh, great. Now, like I mentioned to you that, you know, my wife loves the QALO ring.
Of course, wives do.
I know, right? And so she's all excited. Like whenever I go to the gym or we go to the beach, you know, like we have to. She takes off her ring, so I'm just like, hey, like what about my ring? She's like, you got the QALO ring,
right?
You know. So like, all right, well I'll put my QALO ring on. So she loves it, but I just want to hear other stories. I'm sure you have. I see on your guys' Twitter and on your Instagram and Facebook, you guys built a pretty good culture going on right now.
Yeah.
And, what kind of other stories have you received from your other, you know, customers and everybody else?
You know, it's funny. We get thank you notes from husbands and wives. So we get them, but they're in totally different contexts. Uh-huh. It's really funny. A lot of wives are just, you know, looking out for their husband, where they're like, oh, my husband, I'm concerned with his safety. Or if he's like a firefighter or he works in construction or something, they're like, I'm so concerned with his safety, but it's so important to me that he's wearing a ring, and so all of a sudden he can, and we're so grateful for it. And men are just kind of a thing where it's like, you've made my wife so happy. No, but it's like, they're seriously, they're like, a lot of firefighters, because that's such a big group of guys for us,
mm-hmm,
that, and women as well, that like are in a profession where they can't wear their ring. And like we talked about earlier, like a ring is a ring, but it's also a symbol of so much more, especially in marriage. And so all of a sudden they have the ability to go to their work now in firefighting, where they're gone for days at a time, and where it's important to them that they're wearing a ring. And so all of a sudden we gave them the opportunity to wear that. And so we just get a lot of people just saying, hey, thank you for giving us the ability to kind of show our commitment, mm-hmm, when we're away from our wife. And that's something that means a lot to people. But sorry, there's planes flying overhead.
No,
but you know, you also like today I answered 3 emails about like my husband has huge knuckles. Is this gonna get over it? You know, it's like, so it's like you get every aspect of it, and it's really cool that I can say, yeah, it is gonna fit over your husband's large knuckles. You know? Just things like that. So it's been really cool, and you find that at least we've found that as it's progressed, like there's always a new need from a different profession or type of person, where it's like each person that's interested in QALO has a story of something with their wedding ring, of something where it got broken off, or where they got hurt because they were wearing it, or they always forget to wear it, and so this helps them have the ability to wear it all the time. So it's just been really cool to see people's response.
Yeah, that's cool, because my brother's actually a firefighter.
Okay.
And he just recently got engaged, so I said, hey, once you got the ring, I got a QALO ring waiting for you, you know?
Exactly, dude. It's waiting on the doorstep.
Yeah, it's waiting for you. You just gotta get the real ring on right now, you know?
Exactly, right? Now let's go through that step first.
Yeah, let's get one step first, you know? So, well, that's awesome. Now, obviously, like, you're married, and Ted, you guys are both married. So living an active lifestyle is important for both of you. I see you guys post a lot of stuff outdoors and workouts and everything. As building that team and that culture, like, how important it is for you guys to live that healthy and active lifestyle, especially with your spouses?
Oh, I mean, I think it's absolutely crucial. I mean, apart from being representatives of a company that stands for something like that, like, even if the company didn't exist, like, it's so important and so crucial, I think, on so many different levels. I think from a healthy perspective, I mean, I think it's really important that as a spouse that you take care of yourself and that you are healthy, because you have someone else to worry about. And I know me as a husband, it's really important to me. Like, my extra little bit of getting to the gym is thinking, hey, it's going to be important for my health 30 years from now that I'm spending time working now.
Right.
And then from just, I think from a health, like, emotionally and mentally, it's really important to get outdoors. And I think that I know, at least living in Southern California, that my wife and I can often get caught up in things that we're doing and get caught up in working. And, you know, you come home and you're often so exhausted that you don't have a ton of communication, or you're just really worn out. But, you know, just making sure that you're getting outside and kind of slowing down a little bit and taking in fresh air, I think it's just so healthy and so important. And just as you progress in marriage, and what I found is that, like, it's important, and slowing down and having that time apart from, like, my life is right now, it's like Twitter and social media and Facebook, and it's great, you know, because it's like you can connect to a ton of people, but at the same time, I'm like, I just need, like, some time away from that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's so important that you know, you're living a healthy lifestyle, and even if you're not an athlete, or you're not, you know, doing rock climbing or crazy stuff, like just going down the street and walking around the block, you know, with your wife, and if you have a dog, or if you have kids, pushing them in a stroller, like, just that time, I think, is so important, and I think it's so healthy. So that's something that's really important for us as a company, that we promote that, because kind of in our own testimony of marriage, like, we've found that to be, you know, enhancing our marriage for us. So that's just something that's really important.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because, you know, for my readers, you know, whenever we talk about, you know, building a cool body, that's my thing, you know.
Yeah.
The Aipa project's all about building a cool body. You know, we talk about how it's important to, you know, be active, live active, but, you know, also don't forget, like, the whole mind, body, and soul kind of a stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
So both of you and I are kind of on the same page when it comes, like, you're constantly on the computer, constantly writing, giving content, and then at times you just want to disconnect with everything.
Absolutely,
you know?
dude.
And we need that. Yeah. Now, another great thing that I really, like, respect in what you guys do, you know, not only are you guys giving, like, a great alternative to wearing that heavy metal, you know, ring whenever you go out climbing or lifting weights or any of that kind of stuff, or surfing. I know a lot of friends who lost their rings diving, you know, like, just grabbing onto a reef to come up, and all of a sudden the ocean took it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Got it now, yeah.
But another side of it that I really respect, like I said, is your philanthropic adventures that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I'm all about, like, helping the community and serving others, and when I saw that, I was just like, wow, these guys really, you know, really have a bigger plan, you know. So if you can, just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. It was kind of a no-brainer when Ted and I first started. That was like, we have to include some kind of philanthropy in what we're doing. You know, and whether we make $50 in this company or $5 million, you know, some of that has to be given away. You know, and it's like, what you won't do with a penny, you won't do with $1 million. Right. You know, so it was so important to us. And when we first kind of sat down, and we were like, what is something that we can do, or what's a philanthropy that or a charity or something that we're somehow connected to? And fortunately, my family has had health and so I'm not any connected to any charities or anything. But Ted's sister has lupus, and that's something that she's been battling for a while, and she's staying strong, and she's awesome. But it's something that's really close to Ted's heart. And so in all honesty, I didn't know very much about it, and so I've had the opportunity to learn about lupus and to learn about the struggle that comes along with it, and finding out that the biggest problem with lupus is that nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I
didn't know about it.
I was guilty of it, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, all of a sudden you're like, this company stands for lupus, and you're like, what? Like, probably, it's like people probably look at it and go, what is lupus? Like, why do they have a purple ring associated with lupus? Yeah. And then, you know, if we can do anything, even if we aren't giving tons and tons of money, we create awareness, you know, and we have a following of people that, even if they're not connected to lupus, they know more about it, you know. And so that's one area that is a constant for us. We give 10% of all of our profits away every year annually to lupus, to the Alliance for Lupus Research. So that's been really cool to be able to be a part of that. And, you know, we also do things like, it's really important to us, you know, the soldiers, you know, and and firefighters, and that's kind of our servicemen and women, and that's an area where a lot of people can't wear their wedding rings. And so it's really cool that we can kind of like go along and give them wedding rings, and also have the ability to give them other things as well. And so we've worked with Any Soldier, which deals with sending packages to troops overseas.
Oh, nice.
We've fortunately been able to send rings to Afghanistan to soldiers over there. We did something around Christmas time called Squats for Tots, which is where we came out and people did squats to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Orange County down here. And so we gave over 150 toys to them. You know, so it's just really important. It's like a quote that I actually put on one of my blog posts, is like from Martin Luther King, that was, if you don't know what to do and you have no idea what to do with your life, serve.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, and to me, it's just one of those things where it's like, you could wake up one day and have no idea what you're doing with your life, no idea what direction you're going, just feeling stressed about all of it, and you can go spend a day serving others, and all of a sudden you feel okay at the end of the day, and I think that's really cool. So it's something that's super important for us that hopefully can continue to snowball, and hopefully we can have a little bit more outreach as we go.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. You know, it's really neat to hear companies, especially, you know, like as you guys are just starting off, but right when you guys are starting off, you guys are like, you know, we already want to give back. You know, it's like we're not trying to make, you know, a whole bunch before we give. It's like we're here to serve too. You know.
Exactly.
So that's awesome to hear. Now, another great thing that I came across from you guys is that you guys have all these like little trailers and all that stuff. You know. About like how active lifestyles and everything, and you guys are surfing and climbing, and you guys are in suits and ties and all that kind of stuff. And I was watching, I was just like, these guys are cool, man.
It's all fake. It's all a facade. We're not cool at all.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like, but that's good. But from all like what people share with you, you know, like I see a lot of pictures. People upload pictures of where they're at and everything. What's probably one of the craziest thing that a person has taken a picture of with their QALO ring, you know?
Oh, man. I don't know. That's a tough question. Yeah. I'm trying to think. We've gotten a lot of really cool photos, man. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the picture's uploaded, but we have some of the Navy SEALs down in Coronado.
Oh, yeah?
Where they train for Navy SEALs. They're big fans of QALO rings down there. So we've had a really cool picture sent to us from them kind of during their training, which has been really cool. So that's a cool photo there.
Yeah, that's cool.
We have one photo of a guy that's standing at the top of a mountain holding his QALO ring out, and that's really awesome as well. But, you know, it's something that it's like we really want to create something through it. Yeah. And we've had it's funny, we got a lot of people that like are at their work, and we'll put something on Facebook, and it's like, hey, send us a picture, and it's like their hand on their keyboard. And it's just like, even stuff like that, like even though they're not like at the top of Everest sending us a picture, it's really cool just to see that people are identifying with it and they're excited to share it. You know, and so we kind of do a picture contest, and we did one where a guy was actually in the middle, like I think about 3 months ago, where the guy was in the middle of playing drums, and it just looked like he was just jamming out, and he had like his hands up and just the drumstick, and then a really cool shot of the ring. That was really cool seeing that. Like, just, you know, it's just cool to see people living their lives. And then sharing that with us, you know, and that's important. So looking forward, like, the picture you sent of going like that with the ring, I was sick, dude.
And it was a really nice day. I was like, oh, this is a good picture.
It was gorgeous, man. I was like, this is perfect. But that's what we wanted, and hopefully going forward we can have more contests where it's like, send us crazy pictures of you guys doing awesome stuff.
Yeah, no, because like I said, I have a bunch of family and friends. They all out here live active lifestyles. I have a couple, have a couple of uncles who like work in like the yard all day. You know, my dad works in the yard all day, and so it's just really cool to be spreading the word. Be like, hey man, check out like what is that thing on your finger? You know,
exactly right.
Oh, it's my QALO. You know, I say it's my QALO. They're like, oh, that's. And I told them about it. And they're like, oh, that's really really cool.
Exactly.
So, well, that's pretty much all the questions I have right now for you. Now, no, I want to make sure that you guys have time to kind of put the word out a little more. How can people find out more about QALO Ring, and where can we go and all that stuff?
Okay, great. Yeah, if you just go to www.qaloring.com, so QALO ring.com, that's our main website where people can go on it and purchase rings and watch our video and kind of learn more about us. If you go on Facebook and just search QALO Ring, you can interact really well with us there, and that's kind of a cool place to see the community that's been created. And then the Great Connection Twitter, which is just at QALO Ring, QALO Ring. You can find us there and just kind of follow us, and it's a good way to get in contact with us super quick. But other than that, you know, hopefully soon we'll be in some retail locations, so you'll be able to find them at your local stores as well. But until then, just go on the site and check us out. And me personally, it's really important that we are available to our customers and that we are 100% able to get connected with you. So you can just feel free to email me, KC, just the 2 letters, KC at QALOring.com. And if you have questions or comments, or you want to just say what's up or whatever it is, just send me an email and we'll chat and we'll get it all worked out.
All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Casey, and giving us the great information. Like I said, you know, I'm all about QALO. It's making my life easier. You know, like you said, like a happy wife equals a happy life, right?
Exactly, man. That is the key.
So my wife's happy, so life's good.
Man. Well, I'm happy we could help.
All right, well, thanks. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Let's be serious. You wouldn't do any of those activities in an uncomfortable, expensive suit.
So why would you do them in an uncomfortable, expensive wedding band?
QALO.
A comfortable wedding band for an active lifestyle. Put one on.